Hello, hello. Can you see us? Can you hear us? Yes. Okay. I think we're good. Hello, hello and hi. How is everyone doing? See, I'm right on time. I was a little worried I wouldn't make it, but I have in fact made it. So, hello everyone. Let's see. I have a couple of images here for us. Let's see if I can arrange them a little bit nicer. Let's see. Hello. Hi, Dudo. The martial arts homework is indeed going. It is going slowly, but it is going. And hello, everyone else. I feel we are going to have a very slow stream today, so no pressure for people to sort of file in as they please. Let's see. I have a feeling we're gonna need to extend the canvas anyway, so I might as well do it now. Don't mind me while I do a bunch of setup. Let's see. What wonderful things will we draw today? Oh, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, the Discord video is going alright. I wouldn't call it the Discord video. It's more of a Patreon video than anything else, but I thought I'd give Discord a bit of a highlight in it. Are you only doing these images, or can we suggest some? Of course you can suggest some. These are just sort of starter images so we can get a bit warmed up. No toaster? I can add a toaster. The only one I could see in my search, well, the only one that kind of looked interesting to me was a 1950s one, and it was a little bit plain, a little bit bland. Unfortunately, a lot of these you'll see are like pretty old-fashioned, old-timey, back in the day when things were allowed to look nice. Or at least, as things have reached the modern day, people value minimalism more than aesthetics. It's also easier to produce in mass, so you find a lot of common household objects tend to be the most simplified form that they could possibly be, right? So that's why you get the old-fashioned the old-fashioned lamp, the old-fashioned kettle, not kettle. I almost said kettle before, remembered the word, and then said kettle anyways. Teapot. Fountain pen, although it's a bit of a modern fountain pen, this one. And then for a real challenge, we've got just a pencil, which I shall talk about later. Let's see what interesting toasters brings up as a search result. I could do something with some of these. Let's try... I think, yeah, 1950s seems to be peak toaster design. not sure why. I say 1950s, but it's a very specific kind of look. You'll know what I mean when I show it. There we go. Big toaster. Shrink it down a little bit there. Huzzah! Look at that. Okay. Let's see. I have no idea what's happening, but I love you all building videos. I'm glad, thank you. Okay, so let me do a little bit of explaining. Let me kind of set the plan for what we're doing for today. This is a kind of favorite activity of mine, which is to create a personified, anthropomorphized, like humanized version of an object or a food or just something that like is not in any way, shape, or form human. It's a very fun activity to me. It scratches like the right part of my brain for some reason. And let me see let me pull up. Some of you have seen this example a couple too many times, so I unfortunately only have like so many good art pieces to my name. But some of my favorites of this was last year I did a whole series of women who were made out of foodstuffs, right? So this is the first one. This is Madame Crepe. And she is glorious and beautiful, and she is quite literally just a pile of pancakes. Except, as you can see, the actual design of her is made up entirely of foodstuffs, of the stuff you would typically find in a pancake. It's all whipped cream, strawberries, chocolate sauce. And the idea was to see if I could make something human out of something completely unhuman. I was really hungry at the time, could you tell? But it was a very, very fun thing to do. So I did it a couple more times. So you have carrot cake, who doesn't quite look like a carrot cake. I could have added an actual carrot to her at some point. But it's sort of just made up of the details of what make up your classic like carrot cake, right? Including like the toppings, the grated carrot integrated into part of the body, the sort of cream cheese frosting, that kind of look. And then you have, let's do Lady Small. She was the last one I made, and I find that like her anatomy is a little bit sloppier than I would have liked for a polished piece. By that I mean don't look at her arms for too long. But I really, really liked the concept of it, right? So that was the idea for the dessert girls. But now we're doing something a little bit different, where we're doing the same concept, but with inanimate objects. I did see... Can you do a woman made of beans? No, I'm afraid I can't. We are not doing food today, we are doing objects. Me personally, things and stuff should have stayed the way they looked, the way they did back in the 1990s and early 2000s. I can see the idea for that. I'm having a hard time remembering what things looked like in the 90s and early 2000s. All I can think of are the goatees that men had at the time, and that scared me. What about a boat? Maybe. That is a very big object. It's not quite... I was thinking household. But technically a boat is an object. Which is strange considering we keep giving them pronouns. Hem. What would you count? Like a little sailing boat? Oh, like a little sailing boat. That would be cute. I'd like that. That's cute. Little boat. The only boat I've ever been on, I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me now, but it's a little racing boat. It's a little skipper. Not skipper. It's a little thingy. Let's do this one. There we go. The person's face is blocked, which is what we like to see. There you go. A little boat. This is the selection, but we can suggest more things and I'll sort of add them as we go on. I think an excellent place to start, however, is with our classic teapot. What is food except edible objects? Fair point. The early 2000s things were aerophagia and had an aqua theme to them. I'm not sure. Yeah, I cannot deny or confirm. Sounds right to me, but I don't know anything. Okay. There we go. Let us take the teapot. Hello? Okay, I've been doing that a lot this week. I don't know why. It just keeps happening. I keep zooming instead of selecting. Hannah, we literally give pronouns to everything in my language. Exactly. But your language is not English, which is the only language, according to some people. Ham ham. Did you know that Japan is a lady in English but a male in every other language? It is? I didn't know Japan was a lady. Let's see. 75. 5. What color should we do this in? That's quite nice, yeah. Take off the smoother. Lovely. Okay, so we start off by getting the general shape of it, right? So we've got pretty like roundish curves with a thinner top, and then of course you've got the spout. The spout is going to be an interesting thing to try and integrate. I think it might end up being the hair. So we start off with, I think she is probably going to end up looking like the teapot from Beauty and the Beast. Just a little bit. Ooh, we can give her a little hat, and then it can look like the lid of the teapot. Which I feel like that's a pretty basic thing to include. I feel like that's not breaking too many rules. English is like one of the only languages I know where everything is gendered. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fun? Isn't it, like, weird? Hey, hi Goldsaw! Fantastic that you made it. I bow to you. Let's see. Little teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle, here's my sock. I'm pretty sure that's a wrong tune for it, isn't it? That's like, little baby, don't you cry, something, 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 man. Short hair seems to look quite nice, but I did say I wanted to make the spout the hair, but that would make it a ponytail, which might clash a little bit with the rest of her. But we shall see, we shall see. We're still early days yet. Let's have her try and sort of adopt the shape of the actual pot, which means if she's holding a skirt out, that would be quite nice. And then it's beginning to look a bit French, the shape of the skirt. By French I mean pre-revolution aristocrat. I forget the exact period. Let's see. It's not quite how it would fall. But it would maybe look more like that, and then we can at least keep the shape, even if it's not quite the exact shape of it if it was lying flat. Does that make sense? Because like even if the pose emulates that general sort of shape, you can still kind of get away with it. Because it's very clearly still inspired from it. And then you take this and you take nice little, it's a dainty way to do this. Okay. Hello, Philosopher. Hi, Philosopher Shy. Thank you for coming. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Rosemary's drawing too. Nice. We shall figure this out together. Well, I don't know if you're drawing what I'm drawing. Good luck with your drawing. I'll call her Frances Teapot Tina. I see, I see. It is certainly a name. Let's see. Still not sure what to do with her hair. I feel like with the style that I've done the rest of her outfit in, something like a bun would look nicest. Because it would give her a bit of a softer look. But then at the same time, do I really want... Because now, the handle would make a ponytail make the most sense, right? The spout as well, I'm not sure what I could do with that. Like a high bun, maybe? See, that doesn't make sense, does it? Unless it's a ball gown and then she has a little bit of a ringlet down here. But then is that even really a spout? See, this is the fun of the exercise, is that I just second guess myself the entire time until we're done. Let's stick with the first bun. I feel like maybe I should follow my intuition with that one. We'll see if we can integrate the spout somewhere else. And then, of course, if we were doing more detail, the pattern on the pot here would carry through into the hat. See, this is a bit of a... It reminds me of those very specific English chambermaid? Or maybe not chambermaid, but like, yeah, like maid hats. The bonnet type stuff. So that would look quite fun, but then she would definitely have to have that like low hair in a bun, very homely sort of look to her then, which isn't too bad. That seems quite nice, doesn't it? So she can have it like that. Let's... yeah. There's nothing in the design or patterns that would suggest that wouldn't work. She can maybe have something like that. And then... with the dessert girls, I made their faces a little bit more realistic in the shape and size of the face, and you know, all the proportions within it. So maybe I can follow through with that, or maybe I can get away with making it a little bit more cartoony than usual. She should feel comforting, right? Comforting like a cup of tea. But not simple. The handle could be her nose and she can be part elephant. Right. I feel like you're not... That's one way to take the exercise. Have her holding a tray to make her arm seem like a spout. That's actually pretty good. But then what would I do with the skirt? Let me try that. Let me see. She's just got a couple teacups on the top. It's all very cute. Let's see. Sorry, I'm fixing my anatomy a little bit there. Let's see. And then the rest of her skirt, I suppose it would fall pretty naturally. Yeah, it doesn't have to be super long either. We can have it so that the petticoats are sort of right there by the ankles. But then the rest of it rises up. Rise up. Let's see. What if she was holding a teapot? Teaception. I thought about that. I don't know if I actually want to draw a teapot. The problem with objects as opposed to people is that people can be asymmetrical, whereas man-made teapots have to be perfectly symmetrical when they are held to any angle. that is not a really dumb one. I can get away with that, I think. Behold, deception. Huzzah! But now, I don't know if I'm happy with her buns. Well, her bun. It's okay. I did draw it a bit fast, didn't I? I was just so excited to get to the stream. I have been thinking of like this very specific teapot design for a while. I think I might have pitched Object Designs as something on the polls once before, but I completely forgot about it, put it on the polls, and then it was kind of too late to take it back. Which I'm sure is fine. That's cute. I like that a lot. Actually, yeah, I think her with short hair looks much nicer as well. But now she should have... I was thinking putting some of the design on her face as well. Yeah, just like a little bit of the leaves here and there. Her skin would probably be china white, you know, like the pot. I'm thinking along the lines of, have you guys seen... I think it's just called Oz. It was, oh god, it was that movie that came out years ago. It had the guy from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man who played his best friend. Anyway, and then he was in that one. And they had these people made out of like china, and they had all the patterns on like their skin and clothes to look like they were made out of china, and it was very pretty. So I'm kind of trying to emulate that a little bit here. Oh, I'm glad you know what I'm talking about. Hi, Georgia. Yes, I have a very special request from Giorgio to draw, quote unquote, a pencil twink. So, far be it from me to deny Giorgio, the only moderator on these streams. So we are going to be doing that a little bit later, but we're starting off with this warm-up first. Let's see. Oh, you know what I could do? I could emulate the sort of turn at the top of it where the lid goes in her dress. Yeah, I like that a lot. It makes just enough sense, but you can clearly see it's an homage to the original. And that is where I think this is the best part of this kind of exercise, where you start doing things that just add to the design and maybe don't make like sense if you aren't really thinking about where it came from and the origins of it, but it's there and it's enough. And sometimes it informs you as to what they're supposed to be a lot better than just like the hat, right? The hat helps, but it's these details that I think really work best with it. There we go. So we've got more patterns there. The big bunch of flowers in the center, I feel, should be replicated. And then they'd probably be at the center of the skirt here, which is a fairly harmless place to put them. Let's see. And then maybe no necklace or anything, just leave the chest, the throat and shoulders bare. Neck and shoulders. Throat sounds a bit menacing, doesn't it? Hey, hi Oliver. Oh, this. I remember. Let's see. Oh. Can you make an anthropomorphic Union Jack? I don't know. I can certainly try. That seems like a fun challenge, doesn't it? What on earth could you do with the Union Jack? Other than just, like, make it a cape. Just the most British man alive. I feel like people have done that already. That's a little Hitalia for me. Please tell me that's the name of the show and it's not some horrific show that I don't know. Anna Smith has a really good design, but she's really broken, which is very unfair to everyone else. She's too puffed. Yes, totally. The part of me is broken. I got insulted when I first read that. Okay, let's see. Oh, we can replicate the spout with the sleeves. Yes, we can. Just to make them a little bit... Ah, now it looks like a teapot sleeve. Teapot spout. That's better. Thank you for suggesting I should have her armor held out like this. It is very pretty. I cannot speak English today. Actually, I haven't been able to speak English in a couple of weeks. I'm a little worried. Let's see. Again, instead of moving, I am zooming in. Is it me? It must be me. It's sometimes I fat finger the keys a little bit too much. Like there was one week where I just kept switching my brush tool to the pencil tool. And it's because there was like one key that I wasn't like taking my finger off of quick enough. Which is fine. It's a little bit frustrating. Oh god, fabric physics. That seems okay. And then it would probably branch out like that a little bit more, and then we'll probably do that, and then we'll probably do that, and then we can have it move a little bit like that. And then we'll just pretend we know what petticoats look like, and we'll just go and because these are the most complicated parts, but they also kind of blend into one another. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's the hardest part to draw. It's the part that people kind of don't really look at, but it's fine. That's to be expected. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everyone looks at the petticoats. You should turn her other arm so that the elbow is pointing out looks like a handle. Maybe, but then she's not holding the skirt. Is that actually a problem? The other side of the skirt seems to be doing its job just fine. Isn't this just the pose for I'm a little teacup short and stout? Let's see. I can see it. It's a bit of a different shape than what I was thinking of originally. But it still works. Okay. There's the pinky, there's the two middle fingers, there's the top finger, and it's too big. And we're doing a rough, it's fine. Every time I say something's fine, I then continue to work on it. It is not fine until it's done. Let's see. I like the pose. I think it fits what I think a teapot looks like. Okay. Oh. Does that mean you'll be speaking Afrikaans for a brief while? No. Mostly because I'm really bad at it. And I can never let the world know exactly how bad I am at Afrikaans. I have a friend who took Zulu instead of Afrikaans as their elective language. And they are better at Afrikaans than I am. Which is very funny and very embarrassing. Nah. Yeah. Yeah. No, I see you making fun of me. Terrible. Awful. 1,000 years in the dungeon. Ah. Yeah, it is you, Georgia. I'm calling you out. Speak Afrikaans right here, right now. I dare you. Let's make them a little stubbier. Ooh, I like that much better. Because now I'm trying to emulate the very bottom of it. I'd rather die. I see. Hi, Diggs! Thank you for dropping in. As you can see, we are well underway into designing our teapot. This is what a teapot looks like. Short and stout. Yes. Teapot. Ah! Every time. There we go. So we've got the vague idea of where the patterns should be going. And then, of course, she'll be wearing these very nice... well, I guess you wouldn't be able to tell because her skin would also be pure white, so his tights could not also be pure white. The dress, I guess, would also... Like, it's a very simple, like, color scheme if we're just taking it off of the pot. But then the flowers would kind of be the star of the show. It feels a bit weird just having them kind of there. Maybe we can have them all around the side. So it's a whole strip of them. I feel like that it's a little bit it's a little bit removed from the original inspiration, but I feel like that's a bit harmless in the way that it has been done. And we'll just kind of improvise what we want the flowers to sort of look like. Roses are very hard to draw if you're not doing them like a little cartoon. Don't think about it. Definitely fine, it's definitely fine, it's definitely fine. Oh, the little ones. I love the look of these sorts of objects, like the flowers, the detail that goes into them. I hate them in real life, I hate owning them. I would never want to own something like that, but I like looking at them, I like acknowledging them. I think it's good craftsmanship. Depending on when it was made, and you know, regardless. For a time, it was a real accomplishment to be able to make something like that, not only in like mass production, but handcrafted, right? So I like to at least acknowledge that there was a point in history when this was an extreme accomplishment. It's just not for me, though. Oh. I'm sorry about the void, Tix. It is tragic. Let's see. Oh, I've been playing a little bit more of RimWorld, specifically the cannibal save that we ended on last time. I haven't gotten very far. I've only gotten like maybe a season on since we last left, and nothing's really happened. I'm mostly just trying to get enough meat to... I've added all my mods back in, which means I need to add fabric to the beds. You can't just make them out of wood now. So I'm waiting for more people to come over so I can make more human skin beds. Which is a problem that many people can relate to, I'm sure. There we go. How nice. And then let's see, so her fingers would be like that. Yes. And then it would be stretched out like that, maybe like that, kind of like that. And then, yeah. Perfect. Okay, there we go. And let's give it little handles, because why not? That is cute. And then, of course, because it's like very fancy, very sort of English in its design, at least how I'm imagining it, it has a little napkin over the top. And, of course, you've got the cups. And I did put the thumbs on the right side. Yes, I did. They're facing away. And nice smile. It's a little bit of a cat smile. Good enough for me. I really like her. She is pretty. Yes. Okay. And then just to say that we've done her properly, let's give her a little bit of color. And we're just going to be color matching from the actual teapot. A little bit more grey than it is white, but that's okay. Pure white would be a bit blinding, mayhaps. So we would add quite a lot of gradients to her so that you could see the highlights of where she's supposed to be shining off the light. And then the rest of it would probably just be a light grey or maybe a cream. That would be quite pretty. And oh, I just realized they look a little bit like Crocs. It's fine, don't it? Just... Every shoe looks like Crocs if you don't look at them enough. It's too woke. Why? She's white. She's as white as you can get. You people aren't happy with anything. Ah. Okay, and we're gonna size that down, and then we're gonna give her, yeah, a little gold, and then I think her eyes should also be... Half the fun is also in the coloring when it comes to these activities, which is why I'm doing color, which you never see me do otherwise. But like I said, half the fun is in the coloring. Let's see, so it's in the top here, it's in the details here, also the details here. You cannot go wrong with solid white and then gold just on the hints of it. What if she had gold petticoats? That'd be pretty, wouldn't it? Mayhaps, mayhaps, mayhaps. Or does it take away from it, do you think? Like, it's too much gold now. What if I made the belt? Maybe. She should have more detailing around the spits here. I should make her shiny, shouldn't I? And then, of course, she has to match the tea, the teapot. And then of course the cups would probably also have that same detailing. This would be gold. Maybe the whole... No, that should be white. And then we will have, of course, your beautiful roses. Oh, how pretty. Oh, how I've put so much thought into the drawing of this. Okay, let's do it a little bit proper. That's an interesting color, isn't it? That seems right for those kinds of flowers. That reminds me of my grandma's house. And I mean that in the most loving way possible. It's like that kind of pattern. Let's see. And then a bit of an olive green, I guess. I wasn't looking for that, but I suppose we found it, haven't we? And let's do that. I should have done the whole back in a lighter green. Yes, I should have. There it is. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? See, like that. And then, if we're gonna add gold edging onto the sleeves, we should definitely have them on the bottom of the skirt here as well. Oh, she's pretty. I like her. Okay, wait, hang on. Let me finish this up now. And some, I want to say marigolds. Those are not marigolds. If you think they're marigolds, if you really feel it in your heart, they can be marigolds. Yeah, some nice purple ones. And I feel like we should go back to the pink. That's a nice balancing one for this here. But then we need a lighter pink. Yeah. Let's go up here. Ah, oh my god. Okay, maybe it's not me. Maybe it's the brush. Or maybe I'm just coping. And I think that's pretty good, don't you? Beautiful. But now maybe she should have some color up here as well. Because she's so, like, colorful, but only in one specific part of her design. Some, I suppose, would say she could maybe have something like here. And then maybe we can have just a dot of pink. Like a little flower just painted onto it. And then maybe her lips should be red as well. Well, not red, pink, but... Oh, you know what it should be? It should be... This is my nice handy trick that I use with the dessert ladies as well. Is pink on the top, yellow on the bottom. So you're integrating more color into her. Looks a little better. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then, of course, the teapot has to have its own little design as well. And I think that's not bad for 40 minutes of work. I feel like she had some kind of deep, dark secret that she can't tell other people. Like that she's straight. First day of gay high school. Hope they don't find out I'm straight. Props if you know what that's. Maybe that was a TikTok thing, I don't know. I know it from one streamer who I heard it from. Okay, let's bundle her up in her own folder. And we'll take that away, and where's the teacup? There, teapot, there it is. So we'll put that there with her. And we shall see her in the corner over here. We're working backwards this time. I need to keep the space over here free. So we're going to be putting her over there. See, if I had more time, I'd maybe redo her crossed arm. Not crossed, her arm here. Just to try and make it a little bit rounder, a little bit fuller. I don't know if I'd succeed. But at the moment, it feels maybe like I've done it a little bit off. It's okay. If the toaster is next, remember to make him a red-robed cyborg. Right. Okay. Let's switch over. Okay, let's do the pencil. Let's do the pencil. I have been commanded. I have been beseeched. I have not been threatened. I have not been threatened. We making a pencil. That is the most pixelated pencil I think I could have possibly found. Maybe a more interesting pencil? Like a different color? A little bit of a pattern? I could do your classic Stadler pencil. But the yellow one might be funnier. That's like a school pencil. It's like the cartoon pencil you always see. It's time. I want to see Hannah draw some muscles draw an anthropomorphized anvil. I can try. What would be muscled of these? Maybe the radio. Definitely the toaster. Okay. Let's get started with the pencil. So, okay. I feel like tall and thin is kind of the most obvious you can go with it. And I don't know if there's a way that I can not go with it. It's... I didn't say anything. I can't. Jojo. The music is bopping. This is actually my favorite track of the playlist. It's very good. Good old Harrison beats. Let's see. No. Okay. Okay, I can't do that. I can't give him an expression off bat. That's gonna code him too much into one thing first. Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be tricky. Let's see. Oh, what'd you miss? Eye drawing. Make sure to give Pencil Boy here a crop top. Oh, I'm getting myself into something, aren't I? Isn't this a stereotype of twinks? It's fine. It's fine. We worry about that once we've got the body down. Okay, so we've got the very tall. Let's see, we've got... I'm gonna have to extendo. Okay. And I guess hand on the hips is fine. It's fairly inoffensive. Why bony this one? That's fine. That feels about right. I might have made the knees too low. But that's okay. We all make mistakes. Let's see. Oh, hands on the hips are such a hard thing to draw. I like screw up the hands every time, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll worry about the hands later. Let's see. Okay, so the only most detailed part of the pencil is just the the tip of it, the eraser. So okay. So I'm thinking like a yarmulke. Because then it's like a pink yarmulke, and yeah, that makes it look like a beanie. You know, and then I'm not entirely sure what to do with the metal here. I feel like maybe a turtleneck would then work, but then that means we have to abandon the crop top. I'm very sorry, gang. And then, of course, a very straight as a pencil nose. I feel like I might just end up drawing words from over the garden wall. No, that's not right. Let's see. Okay. Red hair. Give him a metal choker. With the turtleneck. Oh, it kind of works, doesn't it? Oh, we are getting... I don't know if I can make it work. It's too... Like, the size of it might end up being a bit, like... It's either going to be so small it's, like, slim that it's kind of unnoticeable from the inspiration, or it's going to be too clunky to be, like, realistic. I'm worried about realism in my pencil boy. I also kind of don't want them to look like chains. Okay, so we're gonna instead... Maybe, I don't know. Just got... Oh, it's like really... no. That's not gonna work. What if it's a jacket? And then it's like a... Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's like a jacket. So then you have like that. And then it looks like a jacket. And then we could still have... I could still have the choker. He's becoming Waldo. Is he still Waldo? His name will be Pendleton? Okay, that's good. How do you spell that? Wait, no. I need to find the comment again. Pendleton. There we go. Pendleton! That's a really good name. Only thing better is Pencilton. Maybe I should give him longer hair. There we go. I was thinking he would have like it'll chopped short at the back here, but because you can't really see the back of his head, it doesn't really work. Okay. I wonder if there's something we can do with the only other part of the of the visual, which is all that on the side. It's a number 2 pencil. one of the main reasons I really like this exercise as well is because it forces me to get out of my comfort zone. I have a bit of a same body type, same face disorder. You know, like they say simmers get. Oddly enough, I don't have that much of a problem with simmers, with playing Sims. It's just when I have to draw off the top of my head, I do tend to come up with... Like, I put effort into making sure that I'm not drawing the same people over and over and over again. But if I'm just drawing for the fun of it, I tend to default to very similar qualities. And doing something like this means that it gets me into a very creative headspace. I get to imagine, like, okay, what would a pencil look like if it was a person? Okay, this lamp I'm fascinated by. I want to do the lamp next. Because it's unintuitive in a way that forces you to be intuitive, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm saying stuff. Let's see, what else? He could just be wearing like a matching tracksuit, but that kind of would suck. And then... No. Okay, yeah, and then we can have like same thing on the arms. Let's see. It's his number on the team. Pen 10 is great. He does look a lot like Ben 10, doesn't he? And I was just talking about being original and different. And... Ah, well. Everything's already been made. I will accept my fate. Maybe a fez would work better with the shape of that, but I've committed now. I kind of don't want him to have a fez. That feels like too much going on. Okay, so yeah. 2, I can't make out a single word of that, so we're just gonna make something up. These are not intended to be letters. Do not interpret them as such. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll have, of course, the edging on the jacket there. And then... what else can we have? See, if we were doing a red and black pen, I could have, like, red stripes. Maybe I should. They make yellow and black pens, too. Let's just... Nice. And that's... Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to give him. I don't want to give him a crop top. Fine. We still... See, that's what I was talking about. Turning the brush into a pencil. And... you can have a pencil design on the shirt. I think that's funny. Okay, so now I struggle with the hands for 40 minutes. It's mostly because of the perspective, right? So what you want is to have your knuckles here, which is fine. But then there's this perspective thing where the hand feels like it shouldn't look like that, even if technically it should, because you have to foreshorten it. Now, I don't like foreshortening. Foreshortening hurts my brain. Yeah, it doesn't look great, but it's fine. Hey, that actually makes the other hand look even worse now that I've improved, now that I've fixed it up a bit. Just pretend it's nothing. There. Just pretend it's nothing. Oh, bye, Oliver. Thank you so much for popping in. Oh, let me do a thing real quick. No, I'm not on my phone. Silence. This is very important. Shush. Okay. Mission accomplished. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm staying hydrated. I'm on my phone. It's all a mess. Okay. I tend to default to jeans whenever I have to draw any form of pantwear. And I cannot for the life of me think of what else I could put this man in. Just the skinniest skinny jeans. There we go. And then we'll do those, like, old man slippers. I think that's funny. Although I guess for the tip they could maybe, like, be pretty, like, pointed loafers, but then that kind of sucks. That's, like, not handsome. It does not fit the rest of his outfit. I can put him in stilettos. But I feel like that also wouldn't really work with the rest of the outfit. We're going as, like, street casual here. maybe. I don't know. This feels like trip to the bodega wear. I say bodega because he clearly lives in New York. Cannot tell you why. This is fine. Ah, fine. Okay, I'm just gonna put him in sneakers. That's a good classic. And there we go. And now, quick, the coloring. Ah, it's a pencil color. Oh, no, that should be color matching, shouldn't I? Oh, that's orange! Oh, jeez. This is fine. Just the most upsetting color of orange to go into public with. Mm-hmm. Size it up a bit. There we go. There we go. Maybe it's more of a racing jacket. Yeah. What's a funny sport? What's a funny racing sport? Come on, guys. The Olympics is happening. One of us has to know one of them. Let's see. I suppose, yeah, car races. But like the illegal ones from that one movie, The Fast and the Furious. The Bold and the Beautiful. Okay, and ooh, that's a much nicer color of yellow. Hang on, let me do this first. No. There. Don't mind that. Maybe that should be the color of his hair as well. Oh, it's terribly bleached. It is very bleached. This is the color I want my hair to be, but not, very much not this color. Yeah, that's the only thing, is that it's pretty limiting in its color scheme. What can I do with this extra dark brown? It's like, okay, that would be the strips on the jacket. Do that. It would be... Huh. Yeah, it is the Winter Olympics, I know. There you go. We'll be able to see the brown a bit better now. Maybe the color of the pants? It feels a bit stark though, doesn't it? Actually, you know what? It's better than orange. It's better than orange. We're sticking with this one. It's a little bit of an overuse of the color though compared to the reference. But I'm willing to live with that. Some of you may be inconsistent with your coloring, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Let's see, and then, yeah, we still need... Yeah, I didn't put the yellow over here on the collar, which is like the whole point of having that jacket in the first place. Is that too much of the same color? No. Children who are wrong. Actually, yeah, that matches, because now the hair looks like the top... let me show it. So now the hair looks like the top one here, the brown looks like the choker, and then we go back to yellow first. That's actually pretty decent. Let's see. And then the shirt should be... oh, we're gonna have to keep it the original orange, aren't we? Okay. And then the shoes. We'll keep with that yellow for the bottoms. And then the wrist's gonna have to be honeybee orange. And then I think the skin should be... That's steady. Okay. There we go. It's not the most flattering color, I'm gonna be honest. Let's make it a bit more yellow. Right. I'm not going to be happy with it no matter what it is. I'm just going to keep it this way. And there we go. Pendleton! He doesn't quite know what he's doing with this color scheme, but he's trying. Alright, then I should reuse that and that. Or I can just keep the whole thing gold. Or I can keep the shirt. Or I should keep that and then it looks like exercise wear, like he's got a matching top and bottom. Wait, no, wait, no, that actually looks better. And then, wait. Hello, thank you. This is maybe my fault. I am button mashing a little bit. I'm just so excited. Wow. Cannot keep it that color. I cannot. You cannot put flesh color on something that isn't the flesh. Once you have assigned a flesh color. It's just, that's not how you do it. I like that. That's much better. Okay. Everyone say hello to Pendleton Ward. The creator of Adventure Time. I was wondering why that fitted so well in my head. Pendleton is gonna go over here into the corner. His nose should be pointier, just aggressively pointy. Maybe. Let's see. I'm glad people are liking Pendleton. Let me just take... So... Hui. My lemonade. And we can get started on the next one. Which shall be... Lantern. I did say we would do lantern lights. So size that up a little bit. And... Okay. Hello Pendleton, bye Pendleton. Pendleton will be here forever, watching over us. Okay, I keep forgetting which shade of orange I'm using for the sketches. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay. Are we going rough miner or moth girl on the lantern? Well, we've done woman, we've done androgynous. I say we go rough man with this one. Dusty old gas lanterns are very masculine, don't you know? You say that, but yeah. Does feel like I'm playing into something here, doesn't it? Anyways. If I dwell on it too much, I'll psych myself out. Okay. I will say though, with something like this, skirts and dresses tend to be better. Because you have kind of this, regardless of what you're doing, you have like this sort of shape. That works best if you're doing like a certain type of skirt, or if you're maybe working on something more feminine. It's kind of why all the dessert girls happen to be girls. It really was just... There's much less you can do if you're trying to make like a masculine character. But let's give it a shot anyway. I'm sure I'll figure something out. I suppose crazy old miner seems a popular archetype to start with. I could just do a miner in a dress, yes. That is also an option. Let's see. If you make it a dwarf, it can be a woman and still have a beard. Ah, I see. We're aiming for people, I think. I think a good, yeah, otherwise we're gonna have to start branching out into tieflings at some point. Okay, let's... Okay. So we've got the two handles, which I cannot for the life of me think of what those would be. And then, of course, you have the hat, which feels a little bit basic now that we've already done the same thing with her. But can still do something similar. Let's see. I wonder what that is. It looks like a stem. I suppose it's just, yeah, it's probably one of those handles like that, isn't it? And then you got that, and you got that. Something like that. Yeah. Ooh, but you know what will be fun? We can have light coming out of the eyes and mouth. Okay, hang on. Let's figure out what your shape is first, man, before I start working on the face. Give me a couple seconds, guys. I'm just gonna go AFK for a bit. Oh, sorry guys. Small crisis with the air conditioner. It's so hot out here, guys. The air conditioner cannot die. We will die. Okay. Moving on. Oh god, no. Not again. No, bad Georgia. You guys didn't wait at all. Terrifying. Terribly rude. Awful. Cannot believe you all. No loyalty whatsoever. They've taken over the stream. I know. Can you believe it? Don't worry, don't worry. I'm back, I'm back. Be gone. Shoo shoo. None of that here now. No, 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 no. No Viva la Revolution. You know the rules. Thank you. What do you think about Tomboy Lantern? Mayhaps, mayhaps, mayhaps. I was leaning towards Crazy Old Man, but if I can't make that work, I'll try Tomboy. Because sometimes you really just can't make something work. It simply means that you're a worse person. And you have failed, and you should feel really bad about that. Hey, you didn't expect me to say that, did you? Okay, let's try that. Okay. And then... he's gonna look a little bit strange with the handles, isn't he? No matter what I do. What if it's a scarf? Yeah, what if it's a scarf? That's a similar enough shape that we can kind of maybe get away with it. Okay. There you go. Old man lantern, yeah. Don't worry, I was spraying them with water. Thank you, Tito. You're the only one here I can trust. Not even Georgia. I'd like some variety from feminine characters. We can do that with the next character. Understandable desire. Let's... yeah, okay. So we've got old man with his back all twisted up. As what tends to happen. That's what my back's gonna look like in 50 years. And I don't even want to know what my arms are going to look like. I currently have a wrist brace that I sleep in every night, and I have some exercises I do. Or at least try to do every day. I kind of forget. Sometimes. Just to make sure my wrist doesn't hurt from overuse. Please feel bad for me. It's very, very bad. Very painful. Oh, ouchie. But no, in all seriousness, it's fine. It's just because I sit in the same place every day and do the same thing every day. It would happen regardless of what career I was doing. Why are we talking about ghost jury? I've completely lost control. Okay. No pain, no gain. Yeah! 100%. Okay. That's... or it could be really long sleeves. Like, that could be the handles. Like, do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? That's good. I'm really happy with that. He's beginning to look a little bit like, he's beginning to look a little bit like Confucius, but we're gonna be fine. Crazy old lamp man. And then I want the wire to do something. I wonder if that's okay. Maybe we can do something a little bit more interesting, can't we? I guess then that also solves the skirt problem, because then if he's wearing robes, it's a little bit more sensible. But maybe we can fix up something a little bit more reasonable. Ooh, and then there's also the glass. I wonder... maybe we can have him be see-through. Just around this part. Yeah. Does that make sense? I'm a bit worried. I'm coding him a little bit specifically. I mean, listen, it's the sleeves. It's 100% the sleeves that have coded him to look a little bit more Asian. And I'm not skilled enough to have it be any specific place from Asia, so it's gonna be a little bit muddled. We are simply gonna have to be strong and brave. and I might have to Google some stuff. A light bulb heart? That's cute. I like that. That's great. Okay. See, this is a little bit more fantastical. Like, I feel like with Pendleton, we got a little too normal. And then with her, it was a little bit more specific. Like, she's a little bit more like other, right? Let's try and lean more other, I think. I should have given Pendleton, like pencil tip fingers or something like that. That would have been a little more interesting. He's gonna look a little like an Avatar character, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, like a light bulb pod. I mean, not light bulb, because I think this is a gas lamp. Yeah, this is definitely a gas lamp. You can tell from here. So, and then let's give him that, like, that bit there. Give it on the back. I know that's where you're supposed to put the gas. The oil. But it's okay. He's a little bit more interesting in his design. So it would be like glass here. And then you would see straight into him. And then I wonder if you'd be able to see like a rib cage or something flowing upwards. Not flowing upwards, obviously, but like, you know what I mean. And then we can have the light. It's not quite as hot. Because that was a cute idea. But we are trying to hold ourselves a little bit true to the original. He's gassy. It's a gas lamp. You're gonna find gas in the gas lamp. Yeah. Okay, and his face is gonna look interesting for sure. He looks like he's about to jump at you, is the way that he's standing is a bit interesting. Like he's unsteady on his feet, but it's because it looks like he's moving towards you. Okay, so let's actually like see if I can get his proportions right now. So yeah. Okay. So that would be his chest, his button, then his hips would be here, and then them hips don't lie. Ah. Yeah, it makes sense with the hunch he has that he would have some counterbalancing in the knees. But then his hips would be turned a little bit differently. And I don't know if that's something I can fix. I might have to just redraw that. It's okay. It's okay. It's a logic puzzle at the end of the day. So we've got that, and then his hips are turned like that, and then we've got... See, at the end of the day, it's gonna be a weird pose no matter what, just because he's kind of managing to stay upright, but with great difficulty. And you can see that. But that's okay. He shall simply persevere, as we all must. This is gonna be us one day. Ain't that a fun thing to think about? Great, okay. And then he should just have the funkiest boots. Just makes no sense for those boots to exist. I'm considering the boots. Gaslight gatekeep gaslighting. like a Dark Souls enemy. It's like Gatekeep Grandpa. Oh. That's a way funnier than me. Goddamn. Okay. Let's see. What have I been up to since you guys last seen? Not much. I went out for the weekend. That's why I said I couldn't talk in the last poll. I went out for the weekend, and it was very fun. I went hiking for the first time in many years. And that was fun too. I have a new Fitbit this year, and my heart rate topped at 200. The hike went all the way uphill. So it was a very good... I was very proud of myself at the end of it. It took an hour and a half, I think. Yeah. Very fun. I am a bit scared about the 200 thing. I'm sure my Fitbit would have warned me if I was in the danger zone. I put my faith into the presumed capabilities of my Fitbit. 200 from hiking, yeah. I'm serious, it was all uphill. We were heading up a mountain. So it was just straight up from the very start of it. Yeah, no, I complained bitterly to Georgia about it. It was very fun. I also started reading a very interesting book, Brave New World, by, I think it's Aldous Huxley? I have to, like, read the name every time to make sure I haven't said it wrong. Aldous is a very interesting guy, because I think he's very intelligent in the way that he's written out this world, you know, with the... It was written, like, in the 1930s, 1940s, and it's a prediction of what the world might look like in the far future. It's a sci-fi dystopia. And it's very funny. It's a very interesting book, specifically because of the way he characterizes his main characters, because neither of them are likable. Like, they both suck. The two main characters of the book suck. But I'm still reading. Very fun. Especially the way that you can see he conceptualized how the entire world is structured and works. And it's by no, like, don't be confused, it's definitely a dystopia. But it's done in a way where everyone in it thinks they're living in a utopia, which is very interesting. I think that's fascinating to see. I think it's a more realistic type of dystopia. I think you're right. I think it is, because they've nailed some things. Like there's the matter of like overconsumption. There's the matter of like not capitalism exactly, but it's this idea of efficiency and production, and the entire world runs like a clock. It's all perfectly made. Even the people are made to fill quotas. It's very interesting. It's obviously, like, it's very heavily based on the philosophy that like Ford had. In fact, their whole thing is that they worship Ford. They have Fordism as their major world religion. Like, they've unified the globe. But it was also written in the 40s, so it's like not great at showing that. Or at least not yet. I don't know. I've only just gotten to the part in the book where the main characters visit the savages, who still birth the children. They're still viviparous. It's disgusting. It's very cool. The main characters do suck, yeah. Hiked uphill, you say, so you took your grandparents' daily route to school. Exactly. And it almost killed me. You joke, but my granddad did in fact work on a farm for most of his life. And did in fact walk to school. It was I want to say 1950s South Africa. So yeah, no, it is no transport. You walk. And you be grateful. And there's only dirt roads. I don't know. My picture of 1950s South Africa is like what people think of when they think of modern day Africa. It's not a good picture. Okay. Anyway, moving on. I want to do... what should I do with the wire on his body? I guess like that on his hips, and then... It's... We can't do that. We can't. Okay, let's do like a lip like that. It's kind of reminiscent of that section of the lamp there, but not really. I wouldn't really call it a factor of it. Go like that, go like that. He a little grungy, so we gotta give him a little bit of dirt here and there. Or maybe I should have it tied up right here so you don't get it. Yeah, you don't want to see any of bare skin. So it's all tied up here. His pants are way too high. It's like them old-timey pants. Long johns, that's what it's called. Make the wire his suspenders? Oh, that's very smart. That's great. That's fantastic. And then, but then we can't see the back. That's where it would cross. That's lame. Oh well, it's fine. Can't have everything in this world. See, now it just looks like he didn't... Oh, that's it. It can look like he didn't roll up his sleeves. So he's just got these, like, really long, like, button-up shirt sleeves that are just kind of hanging. That's fun. I like that a lot. I hope that looks right. No idea what they look like when they're unfolded. I've never owned a long sleeve shirt, a long sleeve button up in my life. Have I played TF2 or Guilty Gear Strive? The character design this character design stream got me thinking about the designs of both of those games. I haven't, but I have seen a couple playthroughs of Date Everything, that game that came out, I think, like, last year, a little while ago. Like, yeah, midway through last year. Very cool game. I thought it was very fun. It actually inspired me pretty heavily at the time to do more, like, character design. Like, this kind of stuff, you know? Like, I'd already done the Dessert Girls, but, like, that was a really fun game to look at, just in terms of character design. It was really sick. Let's see. And then he'll have just very... Yeah! And then we're mimicking that. That's sick. I like that a lot. There we go. See, it took me a little bit longer. I'm a little bit more unused to old man figures. and old man character design. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I think this is the most fun one that I've had. That I've done. La 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 la. No, I just never had a reason to own one, okay? Ye old yellow. Oh, man. Okay, and then we finally do the face. I feel like his face would be terrifying. I'm kind of like, I've been staying away from it, kind of, because I don't really know what to do with it. It'd be an interesting nose. Like, something bulbous. And then, of course, blinding light. This is a very ethereal old man. I feel like he would have one missing tooth, and that's where the light's spilling out of. Let's see. Let's try and get all the lines right in his face. This reminded me of several characters in fiction. Did you know? Whoa, hang on. Your nose and ears never stop growing. Which is why you draw all the characters with bigger noses and bigger ears. And then it looks right. Let's see. And then you of course have to give them smaller eyes, because big eyes on older characters looks a little bit uncanny. You can get away with it if you've got your like YA character. Can't get away with it as easily without with like their parents, right? Which is why Tala is so adorable. And Tolok is simply not. Yeah, that's right, Tolok's ugly. Sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. I think that's fairly decent. Is there anything else we can include? I suppose that little like Weedle, not Wordle. That little thing can be added in. We can add like a little bit of junk here, a little bit of stuff here. A couple bolts hanging from his belt, that kind of thing. But overall, I think we can call it a finito. Now we do the color. Oh, isn't he glorious? Isn't he beautiful? There we go. Is there a better color we can pick? No, it's all brown. Okay. It's okay. Have you done your daily whittle? I have. No, I haven't. Ooh. I went to bed too early last night. It threw my whole game off. It was thundering and lightning, very, very frightening last night. So I turned the PC off and simply went to bed. And it threw my whole game off. Like nothing I put to charge at night charged because it wasn't plugged in. I was completely lost, completely aghast. Couldn't do anything right. Did I erase his butt, his little top thing here? That's so sad. I'll add it in. He looks like he's gonna get you. I would not trust this man if I was alone with him on a train. But not because he's dangerous, it's because he's gonna like answer my riddles 3, and if you get like one of them wrong, he's gonna like destroy your life from the ground up. Let's see. He's fable scary. That's the kind of thing. Okay. Let's quickly re-add a little staple at the back. And resource folder. Toss that in. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's be quite light in this top one here. Or maybe that should stay the same color. And then we can have that be his shirt. I think we're gonna have to play more with gradients with this one because it is kind of all a uniform color. Yeah, so that's gonna be his shirt. And then his hair's gonna have to be maybe, if I can find a decent brownish gray. Maybe a lighter brownish gray. That's okay, that's fine. I'm kind of cheating a little bit using the glass, but that's okay. And then we can make it that his teeth are the same color. I think that's funny. And then, yeah, and then actually, you know, yeah, so then his beard would be, there we go. Oh, what program do I draw in? I draw in Photoshop. And I have a lot of custom brushes, and I have a color palette with me that I quick select a bunch of my colors from. Except for here. Here I am doing color picking. I hope that helps. So it's one of the questions you get asked quite a lot. Let's see. Ah, wrong button. Wrong lever. Is there a more red I can pick? Oh, 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 there it is. Nothing's on the magic glass. No, no, I'm doing what I do. That is not a song I'm listening to while you guys have to listen to the other music. This is me going slowly insane. Okay. There we go. Now for the fun part. What's a good color for this, do you think? Let's do something a little bit brighter, a little bit more intense. See what I mean? It's just coming out the tooth. It also kind of looks like a gold tooth, but I suppose that's fine. And then we do white for the center. Oh yeah, that's fine. And then, yeah, and then the background can be a very muddled gray. And then let's just use that as well for dirt. Dang it. Do you ever draw on paper? Yeah, I do. I got started on paper. A lot of the world building stuff that I've done for Immortal is still on paper. I actually spent this last Sunday trying to figure out how to digitize most of it. Because like I have it all there, but I also have a lot of other stuff on my computer already. Like the world map, stuff like that. So it's a bit of a pain. I couldn't find anything that really fit the bill other than, you know, your classics, World Anvil, Campfire. But I wanted something that would feel a bit more open, because it's not just for world building, it's also for notes, it's also for, you know, personal stuff. Not personal, but you know what I mean, but it's for other stuff. Ah well. It all shall work itself out, and I shall find something that will be perfect. Yeah, that's fine, doesn't it? Ah, you know why, that's why. There we go. No, that's not it. Ah, I see. Okay, well, that's just not gonna work then. That has to stay outside of that, and then I just have to make sure it doesn't go outside the lines. That's fine. Whee. Not sure what this guy's name is. we shall bid him adieu for now. There we go. Who did I say was next? The toaster, didn't I? Yeah, no, soccer's big here too. It's not that I follow it, but yeah. Also rugby. Grandpa Seamus. If South Africa humiliates my country's team, I'm going to boycott Anderson. What do I have to do with this? I am so far removed from any sport. Oh, jeez. Now I have to hope my team loses? I don't even know who my team is. It's probably the Sharks. I'm gonna get executed if I'm wrong. Oh, I shouldn't say anything. Wait. There we go. Toaster. Nothing personal, it's just how it is. Right, I see. Let's see. Are you better at drawing digitally or on paper? I used to be way better at drawing on paper. In fact, to the point where it was really frustrating to work digitally. And that was 2022 was around that point where I was still much better on paper than I was on digital. In fact, if you go to like my shorts at the time, when I very beginning of the channel, actually don't look at them, they're very old. But they are all on paper. I was just filming with my phone in one hand, a shaky cam, myself drawing on paper, because I felt a lot more confident in my drawing ability on paper. I thought everything just looked a lot better. And then 2023, I just worked on digital all the time, every single day. I was studying concept art at the time, so every single day I was doing just digital. I was doing the drills, the practices, the exercises, and I just got better and better and better over time. And yeah, since 2023 to 2026, god, 3 years now, oh my god. I'm much more confident in digital art now. I actually, like my sketchbook, I have a collection of sketchbooks that date back to like when I was in very early high school. And they used to, like, I'm on number 6 now, but I've been on number 6 since 2021. Because I draw much less on paper than I do digitally now. Even my exercises and my practice and stuff, I do them digitally. It's just a much more comfortable medium for me now, and I like how the end result looks much better. So it really is just a matter of throwing as much time as you have into the medium you want to end up working with. As frustrating as it is, you will get good at it. Despite yourself, even. The books. Yeah. Now I need to go watch all those super old shorts. Please don't. My voice is so much higher. The old shorts are like relics compliment. Yeah, I went back to them for some reason a couple months ago, and not only did I realize how old they are and the channel is, and just the like even the concept of immortal is like, damn, I should be done by now if I started so long ago. Um, but it's also just wow. I was putting that out on the internet and people were watching it. Crazy. I better stop Simon. Hannah, with how much she exercises her hands, she could probably punch my head off. Right, right. I could. This is a threat. Be nice to me or else I'll draw at you. Let's see. Sorry about that. Okay, moving on. Toaster. I think this is a very funny looking toaster. And it is almost probably definitely not AI. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're good. We're fine. I don't know why I suddenly thought. I guess it is an unusual shape, isn't it? It's just the way the light hits it. Like, it's clearly edited, it's just, it's a little bit like, you have to ask yourself now. Let's see. I suppose... Oh, I know what's gonna be fun. We're gonna give her some very funny hairpins that aren't like anything that exists in the real world. Put a piece of toast in her mouth, anime girl style. I see. The rack is weirdly shaped, but it looks like a real engineering choice. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? What would you call it? Cooling rack? I don't know. Because it's clearly so it's okay. So it's a 4-slice toaster. I am curious what that would do. Is it just a cooling rack? Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything. To what Georgia said. Okay. Everyone has agreed that that is the best possible. Yeah, no, it does fit very well, doesn't it? Let's see. And then... Or should it just be a piece of dry toast? And then we have her neck. And because she can hold all 4 slices of toast in one go, she is very strong. I was told more diversity, and I have answered. Another influencer kowtowing to the woke mob. Sorry. I love making jokes like that in private, but every time I do it on stream, I'm like, oh, what if people take me seriously? Okay. There we go. Let's try and get a very specific sort of stance going. It's my default at that I kind of developed when I was doing the hominids videos, like that one like little foot up angle kind of thing. Let's see, that seems about right. She's not, no, that's not right. Okay, wait, so she's got like rib cage facing up and out. So then her yes, okay, so that's gonna look like that, and that's gonna be, we want it to be angled like that. So I fear I must marry this toast. Yes, yes. Whoa. Still haven't gotten around to making that clip channel. I guess you're not a real YouTuber yet. It's okay. I'm okay remaining unqualified for a while. God knows I fear what those clips would contain. Let's see. Then again, I wouldn't mind the free advertising. Okay, let's... Okay. So now when we get into the nitty-gritty of the actual design, she can't just be strong. She has to have the design elements too. The buff little toaster. Oh, thanks, Phoenix. I appreciate that. Quick, gold's gone in the stream. Bye, gold. Don't worry, we still got an hour left. After which I must immediately go to bed. I've been going to bed so early the last couple days. Ever since that hike, it broke me. Not sure if that's how hands look. But who's to say, really? Have any of us ever really seen a hand? No, you haven't. You've seen a picture of a hand. You've seen what your brain imagines a hand to look like. Now consider this. Have you ever seen anything at all? Buy my 12-step course and you'll be able to understand the secrets of the universe like I do. They only make sense if you're not intelligent. Ooh, that was okay. That one was that end bit was a bit of a low blow, wasn't it? Okay, so we've got the shoulders. The shoulders are the most important part. Don't even know what I'm drawing here, but I'm sure it's fine. There, that's much better. Yeah, she is turned at an angle, even if I wasn't expecting her to be. Strong muscle. Looks at my hands, oh no. Yeah, no, don't worry. The hands aren't hands yet, okay? So the lines are just to show the direction the fingers are going in. I haven't counted them. I know that's not the correct number of fingers. Okay, so we've got that dip in there, so that's where that is. And then it's gonna look a little bit like the Robinsons. Kind of futuristic, cyborgy-esque. Because we're gonna have this silver skirt. With the rounded corners. That's what's gonna make it look sci-fi. Retro sci-fi. Those rounded corners. Rounded linings? Rounded endings? Eh. How can I use it? You're right, you caught me. I'm so sorry. I lied. My hand doesn't hurt because it's a robot hand. All this time I've been tricking you guys. You know, it's just I really wanted the fame and the glory. I wanted to ride on the coattails of real artists. But you know, it's your fault for watching and liking and appreciating. Why is my work not as good as the pencil slop? I've been on Reddit too much. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's do that to kind of mimic those thingies. I know what they are. You know what they are, I know what they are, but I cannot imagine what they are called. And what would the top of the dress look like is the question. Are we going like... I don't like how that looks. I really don't like how that looks. What if it's like a collar, like a raised collar? I don't know if I like that either. Okay, well look, it's pretty oblong. What if I can make it kind of... I like that better. And then, yeah, and then the dress ends here. The clips look a little too much like pigtails for my liking. Like, it's a little bit infantilizing, you know? What if they were a little bit more stylishly arranged? Actually, no. They should work with her hair better. Oh, sure thing, okay. Let's see. I think if you brought the area under the bust inwards more, you could emphasize more of her strong muscles and shoulders. Area. Oh, that one. Inwards. I'm sorry, I'm trying. My brain, I might be too... I might be dumb. Inwards. Inwards. The area below the bust. Because that's the bust. So this would be the area. Inwards. Are we not emphasizing the muscles enough? I suppose you're right. We can never have too much muscle. Let's raise her head up as well, so she doesn't look so hench. He's right. Oh, hi, my days. Thank you for joining. Very cool you remembered to not forget. Let's see. Yes, I do see. Let's... Yes, okay. Stockings as well, or maybe high boots. Maybe the skirt should be different. Because I feel like I've kind of shot myself in the foot with it a little bit. I don't really know where to go from there. Longer feels like it's going in the wrong direction, so maybe shorter. Then... Does she have more muscle mass or is it fat? You know, we'll never know. I'm gonna say it's mostly muscle. Look at her. Do you make a distinction when drawing characters? It depends on builds, right? It's not like you have a sliding scale or you pick one, pick the other. It depends on the character you're trying to get across. I always kind of pick... I tend to pick personality first before the body. And sometimes that helps to kind of just make it whatever happens to be. Like, if you're going into it and you're like, I'm gonna make a muscular character, sometimes you'll make someone who's extremely lean, or sometimes you'll make someone who's extremely buff, very, like, thick and wide. Sometimes you'll make someone who looks like a rugby player, sometimes you'll make someone who looks like a bodybuilder, sometimes they'll look like a sumo wrestler. Like, it takes so many different shapes and forms, and one of the major pitfalls that you can fall into as an artist is thinking that there's only one kind of body type if you're muscular, or only one kind of body type if you're skinny, or only one kind of body type if you are a woman. But that's the beauty of it, is that there are so many different types, and it's really good practice to kind of go seeking out different types of bodies and draw them. Like, a really good place to find different types of bodies, especially if you want to draw strong people, is literally just the Olympics. You get all sorts of people who are in the best possible shape that a human body can be in, but it doesn't always look like what you expect. It depends on, you know, what discipline they're doing. It depends on what they've been training their whole lives for. I forget what the sport is. It's the toss, the like a very heavy something. I think it was in Matilda. The something toss. It requires a lot of strength. You have to, like, throw something very heavy as far as you possibly can. Discus, it might be shot put. I don't know. No, I don't think so. What's that? Oh god, I'm gonna make the dumbest Google search in history. What is the sport where you throw a heavy thing? Oh, it is shot put. Or also hammer throw. Okay, there's multiple ones. Anyways, so if you look up, for example, you know, like, women's league for shot put, you are going to get, like, an extremely specific body type that is like completely different to what you would probably find if you just looked up a muscled woman, right? Like it's all different types of bodies. The same that if you looked up someone who did long jump, like that's gonna be a completely different body type. Hammer thrower's shot put on a chain. Scottish log toss. I kind of might have been thinking of that as well. Ooh, I had the idea to make the design of one of my Huntress characters be more like an actual Olympic runner in a redesign. That's a great idea. Like, yeah, go to the, like the most recent Olympics, for archery, right? You're gonna see exactly which parts of the body are toned and trained by that specific action and that specific craft skill. That's a cool thing. It's a little extra something to at least make sure that you're not just looking at like the same 3 body types all the time. Because it is something, it's a pet peeve of mine, is how annoyingly, like, manga, webtoons, comics as well, there does seem to be a habit of just like, we have the 3 body types that our artists have been trained in, and those are the only ones that exist. Which, I mean, okay, to be fair, that is fine. That makes sense. You can't expect every artist to know every body type. And especially if it's a comic, you're redrawing them over and over and over again. It's probably best to have something like a template you can work off of. You know, to try and be forgiving, I'll give them that. But like I said, it's a little pet peeve of mine. I need to give her shoes. I've just been going forth. There we go. We'll give her those metal bands, and then, yeah, we are giving her back those details. Let's actually try and focus up a little bit. What if I gave her that? And then that changes her shape a little bit. Okay. Give her high-heeled boots. Mayhaps. Yeah, like little ones. Oh, good night, Rosemary. Thank you so much for popping in. And actually, no, for watching a while. There we go. She's clearly broken her ankle on the phone. Let's size her down a little bit. And let's see. My vote is for Converse. Oh, I'm sorry. It's already passed. There we go. And then that's the dial and signs. And then that could be a nice little belt. It is sort of giving Futurama, but we'll be okay. We shall make it through this. It is simply a different kind of aesthetic. Make her eyes like the line things from the toaster. Oh, that's fun. Okay, yeah. Wait, no, I see the vision. Let's see. Nice. Okay. She looks a little like a superhero, actually. Actually, you know what? She's warming on me. Like a nice slice of toast. Yeah. There we go. And we're fine. We made it through this. Told you we would. Let's see. Anything specific we can do for our hands? I think metal-tipped fingers would be very cool. Like, just there. Yeah, just metal tipped. Iron hands. 2, 3, 4. I have to count or I'll do too many. Beautiful. Perfect. Yeah, sorry. I'm not yawning, you're yawning. And I could totally see Toaster Woman as a polydactyl. No, don't tell me I did it again. Okay. Okay. I have the worst possible problem for someone living in the age of AI. Short of being one of those poor folks, those poor artists out there who spent their lives perfecting that, like, really specific, glossy, like, anime look. Only for that to be, like, the first style that got stolen by AI. Crazy. You didn't, I was just saying, no, I'm sorry. I panicked when I saw that, because I've had people very graciously say, oh, did you make this character to be intentionally, like, polydactyly, and then I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Meanwhile, I just forgot. I screwed up. So I have a little bit of a trauma response to that now. Actually, I shouldn't say trauma response. That's a bit intense. Little bit of a panic response. Such a diva, chill out. Yeah, sure, okay. Hang on, I'll just go get my lemonade. Drink it very casually. Ah. I'm fine. What would a cute nose look like? One of those little upturned noses. To match the little thing there. Like, just the way that it does, like... Yeah, that's what a nose is gonna look like. Her face is at the wrong angle for it to look cute. Cute. I like that. Still no idea what hair I'm gonna give her. I guess a 1950s like updo would work. Like the one with the Alice band, and then they would do like a beehive. Is that what it's called? It might not be what it's called. Bald. Not make her bald. I feel like that would be mean. Always right over the eye where I get that irritating. Or I suppose maybe I don't notice it when it's anywhere other than the eye. I think that's cute. That works. And then we can give her just one more of those clips. Or does that look weird? There we go. It's like tucked into her hair, but it's like not immediately obvious what it is. Cute! I like that a lot. I think that's fun. Shuffle things around a little bit. And then, of course, pink. That hairdo kind of makes it look real heterosexual. Really? Will you wear weeds? The hair reminds me of the movie Hairspray. It is a very 50s coded movie, the Hairspray. It's got all this stereotypes, but visuals of the era. I quite liked Hairspray. It was engaging. I think the only movie I've seen that was more 50s was Grease, and I think Grease was 60s, so okay. Why are we colonizing people in the in the chat? Okay. So next. There we go. Got the color. Perfect. And okay, so we're cutting between. Oh, that's very white. Oh, there's kind of no in-betweens. That's the best we're gonna get, I think, for silver. Ah, it's ugly. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Or maybe I should just keep it white, and then at least there's... Oh, maybe? Cute. Anyway, she grey now. That's right. She's also a gilf. Please, please, hold your applause, hold your applause. You thought the 50s theme was just because she was in a period piece. No! She's from the time. Everyone say hello to Gam Gam. I am seeing mixed reviews. More like ma'am, ma'am. Oh, this is the best thing I could have ever done. Oh, I love this. Love being evil. Okay. And then, oh lordy, here she comes. There we go. I'm chuckling too much, but it's very fun for me. This is the peak of your career. I'm not reading the next one. This is the peak of my career. I'm happy with that. Okay, and then we don't have anything we can color pick for the toast, so we're just gonna take a nice classic brown. Yeah, no, I'm happy with it. Okay, I just need a deeper pink for the dress. Is that the best it's gonna be? Oh, that doesn't look any different. What's it? Ah, I just use a paler pink for the skin. Okay, okay, okay. She a little pale, but she got the spirit. Okay, now... eye color... The thing that would make the most sense is just that darker shade of pink. I think that's fine. And then same with... or I could make it... yeah, that works. And then, of course, the bottom would be that darker pink, but we just can't see the bottom. You're now granting me one free wish, Phoenix. Fascinating, fascinating. I wish for you to say that I'm actually a very cool artist who has not peaked, and it's only uphill from here. And that is my only wish. Yes, yes, grovel at my feet, will you? I am kidding, but I think it's a pretty good haul, don't you? We've got half an hour left. So I will take a crowd contribution, a chat contribution. We shall see. Otherwise, I can always just, you know, pick off the ones that we have not done yet. You can also suggest one of these. Nah. Ooh, okay. Oh wow, okay, I've seen 3 for boat. I think that's gonna have to be boat woman. Okay. We do a little bit of boating here on the channel. Let's see. And 5. 5? 5. Huzzah! I'm not yawning. Shut up. Boat woman with ball gown made of sail? Question mark. Okay. We'll do one more woman, but just because women are cool. Let's see. What can we see here? So, boat. It sure is. Sailing away. Could be a man too, it's 2026. Ooh. See what you mean, I see what you mean. Actually, I have an idea. Femboy boat split it down the middle as androgynous. We did that with Pendleton though. There's a man on that boat. Cloak will wrap his sail. Give her one of those fishing splitters? Oh, that might be nice. I think it might defeat the couture look of the sail though. Okay. Let's start and we'll see where the design takes us, okay? Next art stream, can you only make hyper-masculine macho men? I already gave you a hyper-masculine macho toaster. What more do you want from me? Yes, fishnets. Okay. This is a very cute boat. Let's give him something. So a pole, and then there it goes. Then they turned a little bit more towards it. And then we can have let's make sure the proportions are correct. Running away. I fear I may have decided already. Ooh, in the earring that's an ankle, or does that go against the tree since there's no anchor in the photo? It's a really cute... it's a really good idea. It's just not that kind of boat. Like, it's a very light little boat. Pretty sure it wouldn't have an anchor. Could have a fishing hook in there, though. I feel like that would be a little bit more in line with, like, a light boat. I guess that's the wrong way you would imagine a hook would be inserted into the wouldn't it be? How about an anchor earring that's pulling her down to the ground? Oh no. Georgia, you're a moderator. You can't be fighting people in the comments. Georgia. Don't make me moderate you. Okay. When in doubt, give your character design a cloak. I fear that may be my solution here. What on earth have I given them chest-wise? Hang on. So... okay, that's fine. And there's the chest. Ah, that was the hand that I was looking at earlier, I think. This looks wrong. The arm is too short. What is it? It just feels icky. Cramped. Maybe the hand's too small. That's better, isn't it? Yeah, the hand is a little lifted off. Yeah, because the wrist is actually... the wrist was fine. I think it was the hand that was just too small. I like art because sometimes it's a guessing game of just like, this feels wrong. What did I do? And then if you're like a bystander looking in, you can just be like, oh, you did this wrong. And it's like, ah, shit. Just because you, the artist, are too close to it to realize it. Do the ears show when you're wearing... No, it doesn't. I'm going to assume we're going genderless here. I'm kind of still on the fence. I don't know. I think I might actually be going woman. Just because then I can play a lot more with the fabric. So this would be the blue. And then, of course, this doesn't really make sense because now this is going to be attached to the pole. Implying that if she moves at all, the whole thing's going to come falling apart. Now let's make the front of the skirt like the hull of the boat. So it would open up like that. Maybe? Maybe? Maybe not. Mm. Georgia, Agent of Anarchy. Okay, and then that like line there, I want to kind of integrate. Yeah. And then, yeah, as you can, so there's like a, so it's 3 colors, right? So I'm gonna interpret that to be like 3 different cloths. So this is cloth 1, this is cloth 2, and then that'll be cloth 3, and then that'll be the hull. I'm not sure about this even slightly, but we're gonna keep going anyways and pretend it's fine. Ooh, maybe her, like, with, that would have been better. It's too late to go back now. But, like, her with, like, the arm out, like, looking forward, like she was actually sailing, that would have been sick. She looks like a saint. Yeah, I was just thinking that. She looks a little too holy for a sail ship. Like, at least the hand thing would have made more sense, because it's like she's looking forward, like she's sailing, you know, like she's going in a direction. Ah, well. Too late to go back now. Okay. And then there's that triangle of fabric that can go down like that. It's definitely got some info on it, but I'm just going to focus on the color. And then, yeah. We've got hole up here. What would make sense here? So the bottom of the boat is the hardest part, I think, to integrate. Oh, and she should definitely have a rudder. There we go. I think that's it's a little strange, but that's fine. Sailboat, more like a sleigh boat. Ah, I see. I truly cannot miss when it comes to the woman. According to Giorgio. And then we're gonna call her the SS N, because I don't know what else to say. Is the sleeping dude gonna get incorporated? Yeah, but he'd probably just be under her skirt, so that's not any fun. It's a little strange. I don't know, where would I put him? Yeah, sorry, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Oh, bye, Gala Girl. Thank you so much for sticking around. It was very cool having you. Okay. Let's see. The guy doing the King of the World pose. Hiding behind her leg like a weak kid. Okay, fine. Hang on. This is like a political cartoon now. It's my least favorite part of the body to draw, and I'm just drawing this part. Is he wearing shoes? We'll never know. There we go. I think that's pretty funny. Yeah. I'm gonna be quiet for a while. I think I need to think about what I've done. About that joke I made it. Okay. Oh jeez, my least favorite part of this. Hang on. God, I really need to draw more people in profile. This is just one area I need desperate practice in. I cannot actually remember the last time. I think the last time I drew someone in profile was also on stream, and I was also talking about how bad I was in it. Huh. I actually like that. That's quite nice. Pretty. I like her. Okay. That was pretty simple. That was pretty nice, actually, for the last one. And then we... chop them up. Like that. And... take this nice blue color. She's gonna look a little bit like Mother Mary with the blue on her hair. Let's see. Okay. Right, I forgot we have to do this guy too. Or maybe I don't. And then that differentiates him from her design. Like, he's still there, but yeah, no, okay, I like that better. Now that's what we call intention. It's quite nice. I like the different blues. Just like that. Okay. Ah! I'm being sloppy. You can tell you can tell it's my bedtime. I have become an old woman this week. It's been on the horizon for a long time, but I fear this might be it. 3 minutes remaining. I didn't realize you guys were counting down, damn. It doesn't seem that much different from the other one, does it? Yeah, that's a much nicer... Like, you can clearly see the difference here now. There we go. Back to it. Okay, nice silver. Well, not sure if it's a nice silver, that one, but we're getting there. There we go, and colors on the little square, triangle. That's not a square. Okay. The boat, I think, is just going to be pure white. Okay. And I forgot that's not his shirt. That's a dress. That's his shirt. And that's it. Pretty simple coloring, but I think it gets the point across. Okay. Shout out to... Okay, wait, hang. It's gonna be fine. I go to sleep now. Stop yelling at me. I'll cry. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to the Patreon that I have, because I'm being told to shout it out. If you like this and want to support me and all that I do, go to the Patreon. It is a fun time. You can see all the extra stuff that I do. You get to download this art that we've just done, and what, look at it. See it. It's all good. It's all fine. It's okay. We are okay. Thank you for joining me. Happy Thursday. I hope the rest of the week goes very well for you all. And yeah, thank you very much for being here and doing this with me. Let me zoom out a little bit so we can see all the guys. Wow, look at that. Look at all we did in 3 hours. Isn't that great? Good night, guys. Good night. Good night. Thank you very, very much again. Oh, see you guys next week. Hey, bye. Bye.